So I'm going to be doing something a tiny bit different today. I am actually live on my Instagram right now. I think you can kind of see my cell phone and the thing. I don't have any viewers. Nobody cares. It's like I'm not wearing a watch, but it's like 11 o'clock in the morning or something like that, and nobody cares. But I'm live on my Instagram at the same time that I'm filming this YouTube video because I'm just going to be talking about just kind of random things. And if my people who are watching me live have any questions or anything that they want me to answer in the YouTube video, then we can do that here too. That's what's going on in my head. Anyway, happy Love Day, guys. It's Valentine's Day, and I've seen so many like Valentine releases. Nicole Foster's released her like a I don't even know how to phrase this. A really sexy short Valentine's story. Um, there's some other stuff that I can't talk about yet, so I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. But anyway, so as you guys know, I just recently released a book, The Point of It All. I've been seeing you guys' comments and stuff. I've been loving, you guys, the kind words that you guys have sent me in the inbox. And I don't, for my mental health, I don't like really look at the reviews on Amazon like past like the first day or so of release, but I have seen that you guys have been leaving them, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you for leaving them because a lot of readers do, use those and do use that to help them to help guide their reading choices and stuff. And so reviews are absolutely appreciated, even though I'm banned currently from reading my reviews. But I absolutely appreciate that you guys have been leaving them. Yeah. Today, actually this morning, I finished listening to the audiobook for Wonder, and oh my god, like, if you're a fan, even if you're not a fan of audio, like, you need to listen to the audio. If you enjoy Wonder, like, you need to listen to the audio version of that book. I already really, really love Wesley Chabon and Sean Kristen as narrators anyway, but they completely bodied that. Like, they completely bodied that. Especially Sean. Like, Wesley, I love her, and there's no slight against her, but you could tell that Sean, like, really, really had a lot of fun, like, doing the different voices and, playing that role of Maddox. So I'm really, really excited about that. I actually have pretty soon, probably within the next month or so, I have Equivalent Exchange will be coming to audio. That is in production right now, so I'm very, very excited about that. Um, the Culmination of Everything is coming soon to audio. It comes out on like the 5th or 4th of March, something like that. That's coming to audio. The other two Love Sisters books are in production right now. Those are coming to audio, and so it's been a really exciting process. And some of those are ones that I commissioned myself. Other ones are ones that I was able to sign deals with the production company for them to do it for me, and it's a pretty different experience. It's a pretty different experience. I was given the privilege, or I guess, I don't know, the privilege of being able to have some input on the narrators. And so I've been able to kind of choose my narrators. That's why Wesley has been narrating everything for me. She's been the female voice for everything that I've done because she's just so freaking good at this. And then it's been kind of between Jacoby and Sean for the things that I've done through Tanter Audio, or Tanter Media is the company who's done most of those for me. And then for Haunted and Coveted, I had the lovely Jillian doing the audio for me on those. And then for the Love Sisters project, I was able to find this duo out of Atlanta who does voiceover and narration and all of that. They've been completely killing the Love Sister series for me, and then I'm keeping a secret who's doing equivalent exchange for me. I gotta wait till that. I gotta wait till that all works out. I see a couple of you guys. I see Nika talking about Jacoby. Jacoby is doing is Jacoby and Wesley for the Inevitable series, which most of those are already out actually. So y'all probably already know about those. Though because most of those are already out. The only one that's not out yet is Inevitable Addiction, and that's coming out in March. K. James, you love audio too. Always her first choice. Hold on, don't do that to me. Okay, it's not letting me scroll or something. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm still live right now on this because the Instagram app just did something weird to me. But yeah, I've been having a really good time with audio, and it's crazy how different it is. Just seeing it, in this different or hearing it in this different format just brings it to life even more, and it's amazing. The Serendipitous Love series is coming to audio as well. I'm crazy excited about that. I can't give a lot of details about that quite yet, because some of that is still, in process, and so I can't, oh, I'm so excited about that though. Like, I cannot wait to hear that he smelled like coffee. Can't wait. But I'm very excited about that. But anyway, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today was the lovely Nicole Falls, who, like I said, had a release today. Go grab it. My Dirty Valentine, the perfect little sexy Valentine short story for today. She had given me a recommendation for what I could do one of my videos about. And if you've read my latest release, if you've read The Point of It All, you know that it is quite it can be a little heavy. It can be a little heavy, emotionally heavy. And it's not I'm sorry, I don't think I'm focused. There we go. It's not really like an easy thing to take on. Like it absolutely, like, as much of a toll as it takes on you reading it, it takes absolutely that same toll on me to have those characters and those situations and all of that just constantly in my head. And she asked, or she suggested that one of the things that I could talk about on one of my videos was just different ways that I cope with that, and different ways that I just how I handle that without losing my sanity. And one of the biggest ways is just laughing. I'm on social media all the time, more than I probably should be, scrolling Twitter. Something funny is always happening there. I definitely curate my social media feed so that I'm not consuming misery. I don't follow a lot of like political stuff. I don't follow a lot of like celebrity gossip or things like that, just because I feel like when you consume too much of that, like, it starts to really affect you. Like, it starts to affect your energy. And it's not that I'm recommending being misinformed. I'm recommending, again, just kind of keeping good watch over your energy and making sure that you're not consuming things that make you feel bad. Like, and that's not just, it's not just about, celebrities fighting or, whatever's happening in Washington or whatever. It can be, people that you follow who are always, if you're trying to eat healthy and you're following people who are always tweeting about cheeseburgers and french fries, that might make you feel better. It might make you, want those things that you're trying to avoid or whatever. And I just really feel like it's important to, if you have to mute somebody or unfollow somebody or block somebody, whatever. I'm not one of those people who feels like, oh, well, you're going to be, you shouldn't live in an echo chamber, man, whatever. Like, I'm on social media for enjoyment. Like, I'm not there to be miserable. I'm not there to be, I'm not there to be mad all the time. I'm there to laugh and have fun and see things that make me smile and make me happy. And so I think it's important to, I definitely think it's important to manage your intake. Someone here, what's your name? Chapsum 36 mentions that that's why she reads romance, and that was actually going to be one of my next recommendations. Not necessarily reading romance, but if romance makes you happy, which for many of us it does, I absolutely can highly recommend, reading romance, or reading, if Harry Potter makes you happy, girl, read some Harry Potter. If watching Kimmy Schmidt makes you happy, watch Kimmy Schmidt. Like when I'm writing certain things, like I can't be surrounded by the angst like all the time. Like, and so when I'm writing something heavy, the things that I watch, like on TV when I'm binge watching, or the things that I read or whatever, it will definitely be things that aren't that same vibe. Like, I'll watch silliness. Like, I just finished binging New Girl again. I'm probably about to start Parks and Rec from the top. Just the silliness, the comedy, like it really, really makes a difference. Thank you, honesty. But it really makes a difference. What you take in, it really, really has an effect on you. And I can't recommend enough only consuming things that have a good effect on you, because it makes a difference. It really, really makes a difference. Another thing that I do is I spend an insane amount of time on those little silly cell phone games. Township, Design Home. I spend real money in Design Home, and my husband was like, why? But I enjoy it. It makes me happy. It makes me smile. And so, hey, whatever I have to do to protect this mental health, we gonna get it together. We gonna get it done. But just making sure that I'm managing my energy, and managing the things that I consume, definitely make a big difference with that. Y'all see my flowers? But I got these last night. This is my. I'm trying to put them back where they were for my for my framing purposes. Trying to put them back where they were, but I'm. Oh, it's just so sweet. And I got chocolate too, even though I have been on this thing where I'm trying to avoid added sugar. No added sugar, no pasta, no bread. But everything else is pretty much fair game, and I've been feeling really, really good. I've got my green smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. My favorite thing is the avocado with no added sweetener, not even a Splenda, just no added sweetener. That's my thing, and I've been feeling good. I actually was violently ill this past Saturday, and I was so glad that I got that book out before, like, really glad that I got that book out before that hit me. But I think I had food poisoning. I think that I had food poisoning. We ate out Saturday morning, and then Saturday night I puked up my entire life. Y'all don't want to hear that, but we're back, and we're back on track now. I've been, like I said, eating my vegetables and eating my fruit and all of that. I ate one Lindor truffle. That's my favorite thing, is the Lindor, the little Lindor truffles in the little metallic wrappers. Those are like my favorite things. And so I ate one last night. My stomach is growling. I hope that the audio is not picking that up. I'm going to eat one today, and we're going to lunch today. And so I am excited about that. I'm trying to think of what else I was supposed to be talking about. There was something else. Someone asked me, not someone, I saw her name, and that's what made me remember. I'm not going to like bust out anything though. But I was asked about beta readers, how you can be a beta reader, or how you choose beta readers. If you're the author, how to choose beta readers, what to look for, etc., etc., etc. All of my current beta readers, with the exception of one, have been with me for years. Two of them have been with me. One of them just joined. Hey, girl. Hey, Carolyn. Carolyn and a couple of others have been with me since A Crazy Little Thing Called Love. And so they've been with me like a while, like a long, 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 long time. And they were chosen just because, they were visible for me, and like they supported me, and you know, they were avid readers, and they weren't afraid to say what they were thinking and give me, you know, really really good solid feedback. And so I just asked, hey, you know, you think you could read this for me, you think that you could look at this for me. But being just wanting to read or being a reader is really not all. I love you too. That's really not all that it takes necessarily. You have to be willing to just tell the truth. You know, like for my beta readers, all I'm looking for is your reactions. I do not need any assistance with what my plot should be. I don't need any nudging or anything like that on the story. I just want to know what you think. And the reason for that is so that I know that, okay, I'm hitting the right notes here. Like if they're having this reaction, it's like, okay, you know, yeah, that's I'm doing something right if this is how they're reacting to it. But if they're, you know, if they're having, I talked about that a little bit in a different video, but if they're having like a complete opposite reaction, then I need to revisit something. I need to do something a little bit different. But another thing about being a good beta reader is being willing to I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Being willing to not argue about the book, but if you're telling me something about my work and I have a question for you about it, or I counter it, I don't need you to shrink up. I don't need you to get offended. I don't need it. I don't need any of that. Like, are we working or are we not? You know, if I counter something like, hey, you know, if you say, well, you know, this is how this seemed to me, and I say, okay, but what if you take into account this over here? Don't shrink up. Like, don't, like, that's not necessary. I don't, like, we're not being combative here. We're trying to work together to, you know, to put something forward. And so you have to be willing to, like, you have to be willing to have a dialogue. Like, you can't be someone who is just going to shrink up or get offended by someone disagreeing with you or any of that stuff. Just things to look for in a beta reader is somebody who reads a lot, somebody who reads wide, somebody who, other authors might disagree with this, but for me, I do want it to be someone who enjoys my work, just because if you don't even like my work, I don't feel like you're able to give me a fair assessment. Some people would argue that you're going to get biased, but and maybe so, but I definitely don't want somebody who doesn't even enjoy my work, you know, to beta for me. Like, oh, why is you here? Bye. That's just me personally. But yeah, I absolutely adore my betas. I stopped naming them in books and stuff like that, just because people would get really weird. I've had betas where people, you know, reached out to my betas to like ask weird stuff, and yeah, it can get a little weird. And so I do keep, typically, everybody knows Carolyn is my bae, but typically I do keep my beta names, I keep those private, just because I don't want them subjected to any weirdness, because it happens, and I just, who has the time? And so yeah, but yeah, the ones, I've had some that have been with me since Crazy Love, and then I picked up a couple more, and then a couple more. And so right now I have about 7 that I kind of rotate through. I don't always use all of them for every project. Sometimes I rotate, use different ones, etc., 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 and that's just how it goes. But anyway, this is getting long. This is getting long, and yeah, it's almost time. I'm supposed to be, like I said, I'm supposed to be going to lunch. And so I can't wear a sweatshirt, I guess, to Valentine's lunch, as much as I love and live in this one. So I gotta finish getting ready. But anyway, as always, you guys can drop comments for me below if you have other questions. If you've read The Point of It All, let me know what you think or thought about it. Hit the like button, all that jazz. I have a ring light coming, and so we gonna get this lighting together, honey, and y'all just wait. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one a wrap, and bye. My stomach is growling again. Can y'all hear that? Oh, y'all can't hear that.